Welcome to the next episode of WaterparkRangers Let's Play Luigi's Mansion. In the last episode, we finished Area 3 and defeated Area 3's boss ghost, Boolossus. And it was made of 15 boos, all of which have been added to our total. As you can see there, we have 39 boos, so that leaves just 11 more to find in the next area. And we are going to start the next area, Area 4, in this episode. But first off, we're finishing off that side quest with a plant. This is the final stage where we have to water it. We successfully watered it before Bogmire and after Bogmire, so this is the last thing to do, after Boolossus. Water it, and this happens. You get a ton of money, as well as a super rare treasure, the Golden Diamond. Maybe it has some kind of special name, but it's just really awesome. There are only 3 of them in the game, and I'm just going to say it right here, that is the reward you get for finding all the gold mice and blue ghosts, but you can also get it from that plant. There are 3 of them in the game, and we're going to get 2 of them. There is another one, and that is achieved by finding all the boos. So we're going to try and find all the boos, but I'm pretty sure I've already missed a couple of the gold mice and blue ghosts along the way. And I'm going to miss more of them, for sure, just because I have no intention of finding all of them. One day I may do it. As I've said 1,000 times, and we'll say 1,000 more, this run is not that run. If you really want to find them all, then go on Game FAQs. You'll probably find some pretty good strategies for that. So as you can see, I've brought along a lot of water for where we're going, and that's because you remember how plants give you stuff if you water them? Well, they're hidden in the shadows, but up on the balcony where we fought Boolossus, there are plants surrounding all the edges. So come up with a full batch of water, you could say, in your Poltergust 3000, because you're going to need pretty much every drop of it to get as much cash as you can from it in one go. Okay, so it's nice and lit out here, but the plants are hidden in the shadows. They can be kind of tough to see, but I'm pretty sure you can see that plant right there. And sometimes these plants can be particularly difficult to see, and you don't want to miss out on treasure, so using the Gameboy Horror might help a little bit to see where they are. It's just good for a bit of perspective. Or, like I've constantly said during the Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets Let's Play, you can always just adjust the brightness on your TV. Now, that treasure there is actually the most rare treasure in the game. I don't know what it's called. I call it the Blood Diamond, obviously, because it's like red and a diamond, apparently. But it has an official name, very likely, that I'm pretty sure I've gotten wrong. And it is the most rare treasure, more rare than the Gold Diamond, but the odd fact about it is that there are a couple odd facts about it, actually. Number 1, it is the only treasure in the game that at a certain point you absolutely must receive one of them, to my knowledge. All the others are avoidable. Sometimes it may be difficult to avoid other treasures, but they are all avoidable. Even though you may have to go to some great lengths to avoid all of them. And also, the interesting thing about it is that it is only worth as much as a coin. And I only learned this recently, so I was a little bit angry when I found out about it. The first time I found it, I'm like, whoa, I got a really cool treasure. Only it's essentially worthless. It's basically like a coin that a ghost can't knock out of you. I shouldn't say worthless. And I don't think all these plants give money, but a lot of them do. Some is just small changes you've seen, and then some are better treasures. You just gotta hope for the best. We're doing pretty well. Sometimes it's easy to waste water, and not use it efficiently to get all the money. But I think we've done it well. Did I miss a pot here? No, apparently not. So we're all out of water anyway, so here's the door with the diamond on it, so that's 3 out of 4 suits of card symbols. But this is special. Lightning strikes the mansion once we try and enter Area 4, and it causes a blackout. So of course Gadd gives us the whole message that, oh no, the power's gone out in the mansion, and that means the ghosts will come out in the dark. So the idea, basically, don't stay out in dark rooms very long because they're going to be absolutely swarming with ghosts. It's not a good idea to fight them. Though I should mention that at this time there are some blue ghosts and golden mice you can only get during the blackout. We are not going to be looking for them. The blackout is only temporary, as you might have guessed. There is a way to stop it, and that is just what we've got to do. But first we're going to the telephone room with the annoying ringing. I'm examining a few objects here. There's the phone, so let's try and pick it up. Hello? May I ask who is speaking, please? It's Bowser! So we scared whoever was on the phone there by saying it was Bowser. Oh, Luigi, you've got such a sense of humor. Oh, money. That's nice. So yes, this is a huge room just dedicated solely for the purpose of telephones. It is kind of odd, but if I'm correct, there were some mansions that actually had features like this. So, who's on this phone? Luigi? Oh, it's Toad. I don't know what I would have done if a ghost had answered. Hung up, like you did before when we said we were Bowser. So the lightning caused a blackout all over the, a blackout all over the house, and so we need to hit a large breaker switch somewhere in the basement. So that's the key to stopping the blackout. Oh, wait. This isn't the ringing phone. This is the final phone ringing over here. Hello? Howdy? Hello? So it's Professor Gadd, and he tells us that, there's a ghost who hides in dark rooms named Uncle Grimly who might have appeared during the blackout. So he seems to prefer rooms with mirrors. And, of course, Gadd sends ghosts to our position. I say sends. He obviously gave our position away, because he works with the ghosts, as I've confirmed. That is my stance, and I'm sticking with it. It makes for a much more entertaining story. So yeah, one of those giant, Quake ghosts is here again. I forget what they're called. Blue Blaze? I don't know, I think like every ghost in the game is called Blue Blaze. But, just don't get hit by the shockwave. Same deal as before, only they don't have a water barrier. So this is the normal form of that ghost that we encountered way back when. So that lets us escape from the telephone room. So our job is to look for the breaker switch and stop this blackout. And he mentioned Uncle Grimly earlier, and I'm also going to mention, don't stay out fighting these ghosts. Even if Luigi gets scared, run away. There are just too many ghosts it's just not worth our time. Not worth the trouble. Now, there is a mirror in the safari room, that's just down the hall from here. So I'm going to try and warp back to the foyer quickly, but you have to do it perfectly, otherwise all the ghosts, will defeat you, or damage you while you're trying to warp away. But we got away successfully, just as the ghosts were appearing too. So why did we come back to the foyer? Because we need to go after Uncle Grimly, who prefers rooms with mirrors. Now you might have noticed long ago that the wardrobe room doesn't have a treasure chest. This is why. So let's not bother with these ghosts, just walk away stealthily. Okay, this part's dangerous. We have to run straight at the door. Just a little bit further. No, don't get scared! That was too close. So this is the room with Uncle Grimly. See? He prefers rooms with mirrors, and there's a mirror in this room. So let's catch him. Basically, you just turn away, wait for him to go, and that's your chance to vacuum him up. He's really easy to vacuum up. He's really pathetic. The trouble is just they don't really tell you exactly what room he's in. But it is this room. And so it's hard to see, but a treasure chest actually appeared in the shadows over there, and that is the treasure chest of this room. And there's a key. And this key goes to a room in the basement, which is the room with the breaker switch. Now, this room is actually accessible as early as Area 2, but there's really nothing you can do down there, except maybe there's a blue ghost or a gold mouse or something. But you can't really do anything in that room. You can't really turn on the lights. And at a certain point, Uncle Grimly steals the key to that room and locks it. There, I just hate these bomb ghosts. The more of them that we catch, the happier I'll be. Basically, it's their annoying how they sound, basically. Really pisses me off. So, here's the locked door that goes to the breaker room. And there's the switch. I'm gonna see if there's actually a blue ghost or something that I can catch, though I doubt that there is. For some reason, I think I'm searching in the wrong place or I'm doing the wrong thing. But whatever, let's just hit that switch once we've got the chance. Oh, a mushroom. Wonder what that was doing there. And these ghost mice are giving me a hard time. I mean, I guess there's nothing in the barrels either. And if there is, then I'm examining them wrong. Let's just hit the switch and get it over with. I don't care if there's a blue ghost. We already missed like 3 or 4 of them because of skipping most of the blackout. Alright, so here's the key for this room. Helps us explore more of the basement area of the mansion, which, as you might have guessed, makes up a lot of Area 4. And now, Boo's in Area 4. You will see how much HP they have. I'm Boo B Hatch. I'm nuts. I don't really understand what that's supposed to mean. So yeah, that guy had 200 HP. That lets him flee through a lot of rooms. Boos in this area are very troublesome. And so this is the cellar. There are a couple weak ghosts in here hiding in the barrels. They're all these pink, purple punchers, whatever they're called. They really shouldn't give you any trouble at all at this point. There should also be a blue ghost hiding over here. There we go. I didn't angle the flashlight right. That could have ended in a disaster. Well, not disaster, but we could have missed it. And it always feels bad to miss one of those blue ghosts. And I mean as in miss, as if you activate it and then let it get away. Same with any like gold mouse or anything. That's a terrible feeling to have. Now, I just want to check and see if the boo actually did leave this room. I know there's probably just a decoy, but you know, you never know. A boo could have hidden in here. There are a lot of boos down in the cellar. And they get scrambled around in rooms because they always escape. Okay, apparently I was just being paranoid. Well, I guess that means the purple punchers respawned. Respawned, I should say, as in spawn. Like tadpole spawn. You know, not as in respawn, like respond in the comments below. Yeah, that gave us a lot of trouble. And you have to vacuum these dust, dirt piles, sand piles, whatever they are, out of the way. To progress through the room. Very clever puzzle, Nintendo. If this was Spirit Tracks, we'd get to use the sand wand or dust wand or whatever to solve a really cool puzzle. Spirit Tracks had a lot of good puzzles, but I'm getting way off track here. Alright. So there's definitely going to be another high-powered boo in here. In Area 4, the boos are just ridiculous for how much HP they have. I'm talking particularly about the ones in the upper floors and the ones in the basement area here. Oh, more dollars. It is I, Fair Booripides. Ah ha ha ha. Oh, great. Booripides is getting away. And has probably escaped into the hallway already. Please don't get into a locked room. Booripides. Go back into the room we came in before. What? No! It was about to and then went into a locked room. Well, that's too bad. Okay, we're gonna have to save Booripides for later. And here's our next key. Which goes to a locked door in the telephone room from way back when we had to answer all those phones. So we can actually move up in the upper floors now. Yeah, that means a lot of back and forth, unfortunately. There's going to be a lot of long, leisurely strolls around the mansion in Area 4, which is probably part of the reason why it takes so long. I'm just checking to make sure that a boo didn't run back in there. Because boos like to jump around the small rooms in the basement fairly frequently. I'm just so used to having to chase them all over the damn place. So we'll just follow the red carpet. It's times like this when I really appreciate having the key from the treadmill way back before we fought Biff Atlas. And I just noticed something really disturbing. There are eyes staring at us from the walls. Look at the wood. There are eyes staring out from that wood. The mansion is literally watching us as we walk through it. Oh yeah, and notice that door right there with the X boards on it? Although it would make perfect sense, according to Nintendo, that's the kind of wood that doesn't burn, so you can't use fire on it to get through. There is a way into that room. It is secret. It took me a long time to figure it out, despite the fact that it is really more apparent than I originally thought that it was. And we will learn that later this episode. It's an optional part, and it's probably one of my favorite optional things just because there's so much optional material connected to it. And it's easy enough to miss, really. And another detail that's kind of interesting is that Luigi's constantly, like, breathing out air in the mansion like it is so cold. Like he's Danny Phantom or something. And so anyway, we're gonna fight the real ghost of this room now. And look, a poster of Chuck Norris! Looks ordinary. A little too ordinary. See, there's Luigi being such a man. He thinks Chuck Norris is ordinary compared to himself. And we have just caught the ghost of Chuck Norris, who didn't really put up much of a fight. Another testament to Luigi's intense manliness. And getting these skeleton ghosts out of the treasure chest is kind of reminiscent of Zack and Wiki. It's a really good game for Wii if you've never heard of it, which you probably haven't. So next episode, we will continue through Area 4. See you then.